It began in this country with one-night tournaments. Dynamite begins with a one-night tournament to determine the #1 contender for the light heavyweight title. Sean Grande, Jimmy Smith, and this is how it begins with King Mo and Linton Vassell. Both have come close to the light heavyweight title. Now their destiny is in their own hands.
It certainly is. It's not just about the mental focus, it's about the physical differences between these two fighters and who starts out faster. That's key.
The tail of the tape is brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports.
Speaking of physical differences, look at the height and reach advantage for Linton Vassell. King Mo, very proud of his boxing. He's going to have to get inside to use it effectively.
The waiting is over. Dynamite begins with Michael C. Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome. As tonight, Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA live from SAP Center in San Jose. Dynamite begins now with the 4-man, one-night light heavyweight tournament. The first semifinal is set for 2 5-minute rounds and brought to you by Dave & Buster's, the only place to eat, drink, play, and watch sports. And now, first introducing the blue corner. At 6'4", he weighed in 205 pounds even. The former Bellator World Title challenger brings a professional record with 15 victories, 4 defeats. From Milton Keynes, England, introducing Linton, the Swarm Vassell. And across the cage, fighting out of the red corner, at 6 foot, he weighed in 204.4 pounds. The former world champion tonight also stands with 15 professional victories and 4 defeats. He fights out of Las Vegas, Nevada, introducing King Mo. In charge of the action, your referee, Ed Camontes.
On a night in which we embrace everything we love about MMA, we also have something new to consider because the dynamic of this tournament, 2 5-minute rounds, Jimmy, everything changes.
That's right. In case of a draw, judges break the tie based on merit. If a fighter can't advance the survival rule, meaning the fighter he beat, if he's healthy, goes on.
Are you ready? Fight! It is here. Dynamite is underway. The fight clock brought to you by Miller Lite, the original Pilsner Cheers. It's Miller time. And how does a 2-round fight change the dynamic at the start?
You have to start quickly. You cannot fall behind a round and expect to make up ground. That's one thing about Linton Vassell. He's typically been a very fast starter. King Mo knows that.
If fights lasted 2 rounds, Linton Vassell would be the world champion right now. He was up 2-0 on a man. Oh! Big shot by King Mo in the early going.
And Vassell is hurt. Talk about a quick start. Well, I'm surprised Mo isn't all over him. That right hand hurt him.
Vassell getting time to clear the cobwebs here.
Yeah, this is really surprising.
And he'll try to do it from the ground. Good sprawl by the former All-American from Oklahoma State.
Yeah, good defense so far by King Mo, but still, this is giving Linton Vassell time to clear his head.
Linton Vassell, the heavy underdog in this tournament, which is not a bad place to be. Being on the wrong end of King Mo's right is the wrong place to be.
The southpaw stance versus the orthodox, the power punches, so important. And when he landed that right hand, Linton Vassell was in the southpaw stance.
Big overhand right.
And he's landing big punches against Linton Vassell. Linton Vassell just not able to see them coming.
Linton Vassell has been knocked out twice in 19 fights, but remember, he has won 9 of his last 10. The only loss to Emmanuel Newton in that fight, the world title fight in which he was up 2 rounds to none. Lost his focus. King Mo has been on the big stage so many times. We talk about him needing to win the big one tonight. He's going to have to win the big 2.
And I'm just really surprised.
It's shocking.
Yeah,
this is shocking.
Hasn't hit the gas and tried to finish when he's had Linton Vassell hurt, especially he has another fight later tonight. You think you want to get this out of the way.
Or is he so concerned about taking damage?
Or expending energy. We don't know what he's thinking, but King Mo's a guy, usually when he gets hurt, he doesn't let you off the hook, and he's given Linton Vassell a lot of time to recover.
Just think how the dynamic changes in a 2-round fight. If you lose the first round, you don't have 2 rounds to make it up. You're thinking about recovery. You're thinking about not taking damage. And even how these two approached it. King Mo said he changed everything. Linton Vassell said he changed nothing in his preparation.
And it looks like King Mo had the right approach. That right hand shot, that lead right hand, not setting up with the jab, going right in with power punch has been very successful.
11 of King Mo's 15 wins by knockout. He's beaten Czech Congo at heavyweight. He's beaten Seth Petrozelli. He's beaten Hadra Gracie. And his official wins don't even include the brutal knockout of Lorenz Larkin at Strikeforce.
His knockout of Seth Petrozelli in Bellator, one of the scariest knockouts I have ever seen. Retired Seth Petrozelli with that right hand shot on the ground. He has crazy power.
Move your position here.
I'll be dying to hear King Mo's explanation for why he didn't follow that huge shot that came 30 seconds into this fight. Strong left. Vassell in trouble again. Now King Mo follows up.
And these are power shots. That was a bad one.
Vassell in big trouble, and 49 seconds. There's an awful lot of time left. Vassell trying to hang on, takes another big right. Follows with a right after a slip. We saw several fighters slip during prelims.
Yeah. I think this canvas might be a bit slippery. Saw a fighter with prelims, Joe Neal, slipping a lot, and he was winging a lot of wild punches. King Mo's doing pretty well containing his shots, and he's still slipping, but
if there was
in trouble.
Ever a question about Linton Vassell's chin, it's gone now.
It has been answered now. Another thing you can't question is the power of King Mo, because every shot he's throwing is hurting Linton Vassell.
Round 1 comes to an end. Now we bring in 2 dynamics, not just it being a 2-round fight, but the notion of the 10-8 round. Even if Linton Vassell has completely cleared the cobwebs, and that is a big if, he could theoretically and should be down 10-8 here, which means with 3 minutes to go, he needs something miraculous.
Yes, he needs a finish.
13 of his 15 wins have been finishes, 6 by knockout, 7 by submission.
When we were breaking down this tournament, people have asked me about it. The one thing I've said about the Vassell-King Mo fight is we're going to know the tempo of this fight very early, and it was King Mo who sent the message.
Those numbers don't even tell you the power shots with the story of round 1.
Yes. Not jabs. King Mo's been working with Jazzy Jeff Mayweather as his boxing coach, one of the best in the world, but it wasn't slickness, it was power in that first round.
Download the new and improved Bellator MMA mobile app for exclusive videos, fighter stats, upcoming events, and ticket info. And also become the 4th judge and score every round live with other fans. Available now for iOS and Android.
King Mo mugging a little bit, clowning in the center of the cage. You can do that when you've been landing power punches.
There's no app for that. This has been courageous and disciplined by Linton Vassell, but you can tell he's not moving at full speed.
Yeah, he's not. Nice body kick.
Wait till Patricio Pitbull has the pyros and the fireworks when we get to St. Louis for Vengeance in November. The 3rd fight in his trilogy with Daniel Strauss.
Now, my question here is, how is King Mo going to handle being ahead? Linton Vassell has no choice in how to handle being behind, but King Mo kind of taking his foot off the gas a little bit in this 2nd round. Might be okay with the 10-8 round, land a few punches in the 2nd. I haven't seen him really go hard for the finish in the 2nd round yet.
But you can feel it should have been a 10-8 round, but King Mo's been on the wrong end of judges' scorecards he didn't think were accurate, so he can't be convinced that it was a 10-8 round, even if it was. That changes the dynamic.
Yeah, completely.
if King Mo survives, even if he has this one from that dominant first round, what damage will he take in the next 2.5 minutes?
Trying to slip and go over the top with the right hand and the left.
Francis Carmont won the alternate fight earlier. He is the alternate. Another big left by King Mo.
Look at the power difference.
Yes.
Those aren't even landing that cleanly, and they are knocking Linton Vassell backward. Vassell lands a jab, King Mo goes nowhere. King Mo lands a jab, Linton Vassell goes backward. Serious power discrepancy here.
Vassell trying to take down an All-American, and that's what happens. He has been a lifelong WWE fan. His dream is to perform a rock bottom or a suplex in the Bellator cage.
Wow, but if he can perform a submission, this would be a huge comeback in full mount.
He'd find himself going from rock bottom to the tournament final.
That beautiful transition.
Yes.
Look for the return slam.
And there it is. King Mo with the answer.
Vassell going for the Kimura, but not in the right hip position to get it.
Linton Vassell was not disciplined in his attempts to submit Emmanuel Newton in that world title fight. Gave up on them too early.
And overcommitted on ones that I think he didn't have. It was a learning process, but man, King Mo has just started strong and never faded. He's kept the pressure on the entire time. I think Linton Vassell landing a couple jabs in the middle of this round kind of woke King Mo up, and he went back to his power punching.
King Mo more than content to finish the final 25 seconds here.
Why shouldn't he be? A dominant performance. I don't think there's much doubt who's winning this fight, who's moving on to the next round. And man, a performance like this, you also send a message to the other guys in the bracket of exactly how dangerous King Mo is.
King Mo trying to finish a spectacular 10-minute performance in style. After dominating and getting dominated in round one, the highlight for Linton Vassell, but King Mo would answer late in round number 2, and decision from this first fight when we return. Decisions in the tournament based on the body of work in the fight. Our first official decision tonight in the first semifinal from Michael C. Williams.
Having gone the distance, your 3 cage-side judges rule that by decision, the fighter advancing to the tournament championship is King Mo.
I'm here with King Mo. Mo, congratulations. Several times in that opening round, you had Linton Vassell hurt with the right hand, hurt with the left, and you backed off and fought a patient fight. Tell me your strategy behind that.
Well, I wasn't trying to back off. I was trying to finish him, but it's kind of slippery. So when I ran up on him, I felt like, hey, I don't might fall into a takedown. But he was game, man.
Now, tell me about the other side of the bracket, Phil Davis versus Emmanuel Newton. You take on the winner. Tell me your thoughts on that fight.
Nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I just worry about myself.
He's worried about himself. He moves on to the finals. Give it up for King Mo, ladies and gentlemen.